Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Yeah, I was going to have the video clip put up for this week in regards to the laws. That scenario I asked you all for homework. Unfortunately, I'm going through a lot of, I'm busier than usual these days. I've got things happening at the moment, so I'm a little bit overcommitted at the moment. But that is scheduled for the 10th of June. So I will endeavour to get that together either before the 10th of June or on the 10th of June. So I just wanted to do this video clip as a continuation in regards to the three men that I talked about on my Facebook page, two of them being my work colleagues, and the other one I'd say is the root cause or the birth of what actually happened to me that eventually got out of control. Okay, so I'll just get to the point. He is my pastor, but he wasn't just a pastor. Those who know me and him over the years personally will know, and the evidence will clearly prove that our relationship has been one of where we were really close. I confided in him about anything and everything over the years. I saw him as more of a mentor and a confidant, someone whom I confided about everything and everything over the years, and I'm talking about anything and everything, and I trusted him back then, and yeah, we were that close. I used to write him letters on Father's Day for years, and yeah, we were that close. That's how close we were. But why he is important is because what actually happened to me back then is the root cause of, or the start of the breaches, and not only that, the relationship being misinterpreted, and where something so small ended up really big and wrong. And I know, and I have a strong reason to believe, and I know the evidence will show that he was set up. Hence is the reason why I put in those protected disclosure back in 2010. But the evidence, my case, he is one of the key witnesses in my case, and the evidence will show that I did try to protect him, and I can prove that he was set up. What happened to him, he was set up. He's such a private person, and there's not many people who has a close relationship with him, in the church like I did, but I had that relationship. So if anyone had any consensual consent to whatever happened or how people interpreted things on the surface, it would be him, because I'm a pretty strong woman. I know what abuse is, and I wouldn't put up with abuse. And those who know me well, I will stand up for myself. I'm not afraid to speak my mind. I'm an open mind person. I'm very direct, and I'm not aggressive as some people like to interpret it. You have to keep in mind that I haven't had a fair say, so my channel will basically clear any libel, defamation, and wrongdoing, or what's been misinterpreted by the opposition. But yes, the third man I did try to protect. Like I said, it's the root cause of what actually happened, how it was read on the surface. It was made out that I was the mistress or the other woman. Now we all know, human nature. Anyone that's is made out to be the other woman is the ogre, and they're everything negative under the sun to those who are subject to the gossip or libel or cyberbullying. Regardless, it is unacceptable behaviour, and no one has that right to break the law or conspire to ruin or destroy somebody else's reputation. But they are silent crimes purely done through just gossiping, texting, and creating fraudulent evidence on the surface, and not giving the other person the opportunity to have a say in the matter of whatever they've been accused of. So I know that I've been accused of so many things. Believe it or not, I actually know what I've been accused of. But in the court of law, I would like to challenge my accusers in the court of law that they're very, 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 very wrong, and they have misinterpreted everything. So that is what my channel will be about. I know that I've been accused. I could easily come out with it if I wanted to, but I don't feel that's appropriate or necessary right now. Maybe it might be appropriate because as soon as somebody talks about something, their side of the story, it changes everything. When you hear both sides of the story, and that's why it's very dangerous and very serious to rely on one-sided information or investigation without the person's rights, or knowing that they're being investigated. It's anything that's without a legal warrant is unlawful. And that's what's happened to me. But yes, this man, he is my mentor. I love him so much and still do, and always will. But at that time, I did try to protect him. At that time, I did everything possible, humanly possible, legally, but everything was against me. I was outnumbered by my allies, so was he was outnumbered. A lot of people didn't realize in the church at the time that things were done executively voting, and that's how the system worked at that time in the church. And unfortunately, that's how most of the government system operates now. Everything's done, and even some companies do that too. But that's not. I don't recommend that system because it's totally reliant on people's opinion, and it's all one-sided evidence without taking into consideration of the actual individuals. One, they don't know about it, or they've been acknowledged, or have had the right to say anything. And two, it's very likely that the evidence that they have, even though it's a group one, is fraud. So this is what's happened to me in my case. But yes, I was made out to be the other woman. I was made out to be the mistress. But the evidence will clearly show that he is definitely not one of those. In fact, he loved me and my kids like his own back then. And I don't believe in my heart that he would do anything intentionally to like really serious crimes, because I just know how things operate, and he's one of these people that he doesn't mix with the public, and but that's just how the culture, most European cultures are like that, but it's not a good culture if you don't mix with the public, unfortunately, because the information people pass you is not necessarily true or always accurate, and that's exactly what's happened to me. But why it's important to mention this relationship, because it is the birth of what actually happened to me. I was made out as if I was the other woman, and everybody knows human nature, and it's really dangerous. When everyone just gangs up on one person, and then think they can get away with years and years of, they saw the opportunity. In my case, they saw the opportunity to take advantage of the circumstances, and so that's what's happened to me. And so also the other lesson that can be learnt about what's happened to me is, you can be really, really private. Like, I'm private. Like, seriously, I'm private. And there is advantages of being private, and nowadays there are disadvantages of being private. Lessons can be learned that what a breach is. Once these people get their foot in the door in your personal space or your personal territory, it's very hard to, once they embed themselves inside your personal territory, it's easy to take over someone's personal life, and that's exactly what has happened to me. But there's definitely been a pattern, because it's happened to me 3 times. And I can honestly prove that they were all being set up and used, and they'd walked into a trap, and that I was used for the wrong reasons by my opponent. Basically, they've had the advantage because, they've had the people on their side. So I am subject to a very overpowering force of a hate alliance force of heinous hate crimes over the years, purely because of gossip and lapel and defamation. But my story, I've put it out there to help others, at least, have some kind of knowledge, what to be aware of. I'm one of these people, I can stick up for myself, and everyone should be entitled to do that if they want to. They shouldn't be discriminated for that. But, when there's a direct fight, in a direct fight, you can go and have a good punching, deal with stuff directly, and then just leave it at that, and you can get over it. But the kind of fight I've been subject to have been indirect fight of a lot of people who's just completely invaded my private life and my privacy, and that everything's just done through criminal harassment, gossiping, and texting 24/7. But yeah, so that's what happens, if you're not aware of your environment or privacy breaches. Once a breach is an inside thing. Once these people encamp themselves in your private life, you are in high risk of losing anything and everything, even your life. And I'm not just saying that. So the other reason why this man is really important, and one of the key people in my case, is because he was one of the people that I confided in when I had work-related issues. Like I shared him with everything, all my problems. I confided to him about everything, and things that were happening, I tried to warn him about them. But the biggest lesson to learn about what's happened to me with this whole project that I've been subject to, you end up having a ghostly relationship with everyone, where everyone treats you invisible. The problem is, they are deleting your past if you're subject to a scam like I have, and they are stealing off you. They're breaking the law. They're basically a law to their own, these people. But in saying that, you can't take bits and pieces out of someone's life and build a case. But the last two video clip in this one is purely just to focus on the relationship, the wrongdoing, the setup, and everything in between. So it is my case. It is my life, and I've chosen to share it. And it changes everything. A lot of people don't know what happened to me. It was like I just disappeared in the face of the earth, but I haven't disappeared in the face of the earth. I'm still here. I'm just trying to go forward like everybody else. But it is definitely 100% human trafficking and secret exploitation, it's called, and it's heinous hate crimes when they've taken... They know your circumstances, and they've taken everybody that loves you or cares about you, and everyone within your environment is on the other opposition side, so you are outnumbered. It is actually very dangerous. But that is the predicament that I have been through over the years, and I can honestly say that it's a high risk. It is a high risk red dress set of circumstances, but it's been like that for a very long time. And it doesn't matter how much money you have, how good a security that there is to protect you. A breach is from inside. So unless you have some kind of knowledge and life skill of what to be aware of, it's dangerous. It's very dangerous. But I will leave it at that. So that is the what I wanted to talk about the third man. If you've been watching me on Facebook, you would see that I put a post up of him and my father. But he is definitely the key person in my court case and the key person in my life. And as the time goes on, I will be sharing some really good scenarios and of what I've been through and what I've come out of. But basically, just to encourage anyone who's gone through what I've gone through or something similar, to hang in there, and just remember that there's always someone out there going through worse than you. But it's quite serious when the laws don't work, and I guess that's something that those in authority has to seriously look at. But the system has definitely diverted. I'm not joking when I say I was private. I am a private person and always have been. And I've only gone on social media because it's been that serious and dangerous for me. And not only that, I thought, well, I might as well use my experience to help others at least try and avoid in advance if possible, or if they're in it, find some solutions to get justice, because everyone deserves justice. Okay, well, I'll leave it at that for now, but the next video clip I will have up in regards to the laws, and so I'll see you then. Okay, bye.